Well, Tim, you're here on death row. If you could sum that up in one sentence, what's that like for you?
Stressful. I mean, it's something I never thought would happen, even when all this first started. I mean, I just didn't. I mean, I didn't do it, but even with all the questions and everything, I thought it will work itself out. This is not a result that I saw coming.
What do you think is going to happen with your case?
I'm hoping that I'll get a new trial. You know, it's all up in the air right now as far as just going back to Little River County. That in itself, to me, is crazy. I don't see how a judge down there would undo something he's already done. I wish the Arkansas Supreme Court had answered it. It would have cut out what is already a time-consuming process. You know, 6 months to a year waiting each step. I mean, all I'm looking for is justice.
And you've maintained your innocence from day one.
Day one. Day one. I mean, I would like for anybody to try to read this case from front to back, good and bad, and tell me you don't see reasonable doubt wrote all over this. I mean, even if you couldn't find my actual innocence, can you find my actual guilt?
Who do you think killed your friends?
I don't have any idea who killed my friends. I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios, but I wouldn't hazard a guess, because if I did, somebody else can wind up that's innocent in the same position I'm in.
And everything that I've read, in the past, you were using drugs.
Yes, I do drugs.
Okay. When you look back upon your life and your situation now, if you could change one thing about the past, what would you change? What would you do differently?
The first thing, I would have stayed in school, spent a lot more attention on education. I mean, reading it changes the way you look at the world. And it's, of course, anybody looking back said they wouldn't have done drugs, but, or, I mean, there's a lot of things I haven't been an angel. I've done a lot of things wrong, not just drugs. I mean, so it could be adultery or a number of things. But if I could change anything, it would be how I went about my education.
Say that again?
How I went about my education.
All right.
That's what I would change.
And had you stayed in school and pursued a high school degree, how would that have taken your life on a different path?
When you started reading, well, at least when I got to prison, there's so many avenues that's open that stuff that I didn't know I liked, you know, for history or traveling to see simple things, you know, even right here in Arkansas that I've never traveled. I think it would have opened my world to a whole lot more than what I was my little world that I was living in.
Yeah. How confident are you that you're going to get a new trial?
I'm optimistic. If I say confidence, I mean, I was confident that I wasn't going to get convicted of this. I was confident that it wasn't going to make it past the Arkansas Supreme Court. I was confident when I got to 4-3. But 4-3 might as well be a 7-0. I mean, I'm still here.
What does this say to you about the justice system?
It's flawed. I mean, ask me how to fix it, I don't know, but it's flawed. That's what it says. It's just, and a lot of it's rubber stamping, and a lot of it's dividing parties. I mean, you have judges that some of them that can look at, occasionally you can bring new evidence, they're going to still vote the same way they always do. They're not going to change their mind because that's who they are. It's just like saying this process itself. Take like Dustin McDaniel, Governor Beebe. How can you say, I'm going to this man for clemency, whatever, when he was an AG, he pursued everything against you, but he can say he can be first and biased to look at this. The system don't make any sense to me. Yeah.
You know, I look back, you know, I was a crime reporter, so I've seen a lot of these things, and I know you've seen all this.
No, I haven't seen any pictures or anything.
All right, so you haven't seen any of the evidence from the crime?
But no, and I won't discuss that because I don't know what they're gonna, if I get a new trial.
Okay, so you've not seen any of these photographs?
No, I've never seen the photographs you have right there,
Okay.
and that's kind of disturbing.
This couple, they were your friends?
They were my best friends. I mean, I love them. They love me.
When you look back on what happened, if you could talk to them now, what would you say to Brian and Shannon?
In what way? What do you mean?
If there was some way to talk to them from beyond the grave, what would you tell them?
I miss them. I mean, I would ask them to explain to me what happened. How can I fix it, you know?
If you get a new trial and they decide that you're not guilty and you go free, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Sit and soak in the tub. And just go in a room with just me and the wife and just sit there. Let it be quiet. I mean, definitely silence for a while. But it's hard to say what you're going to do the first thing when you get out because you're looking at a man who has nothing. I don't have anything. What I do first depends on the people on the other side when I walk out that door. I mean,
If you walk away a free man, what do you hope to become in a new life?
it's not what I hope to become. I hope to pursue being a better person. I mean, just helping somebody else somewhere, somehow. I would like to work with horses and cows because it's what I like, you know. That's a different type of living. It's not something you could do right off the bat walking out of prison, I don't think. Because nobody that I know now is in that field. But I'd do anything just about as far as from being a janitor or whatever. Work's never been a problem for me. But as far as what I would do, I would just like that something I could work for maybe juveniles or something like that to tell them you don't have to be necessarily committing some horrible crime. The decisions you're making now, that road can go either way. I mean, they always say the people that you hang around, something happened in another part of town, but you were with those people at some time or another, it can bite you in the butt, you know, and stuff like this starts. Even though you're, none of y'all are bad people, the situation turns bad and everybody comes under suspicion.
That was kind of your situation.
That's kind of my situation, I mean.
Yeah. And if this doesn't go your way, and the state executes you, how do you want to be remembered, and what would you want people to know about you and your situation?
I just want to remember that I'm innocent. That's all. I mean, it's how, as far as how I'm remembered, it's going to be whatever memory people have held of me. I mean, a lot of people don't know me in here. Only the people that I've met, which have been some great people. But I just want to remember me as Tim, as who I always was, you know.
And how has this changed your outlook on life, and how has this changed you as a person?
It's funny. You dream about the future. Sometimes it's a good thing and sometimes it's a bad thing. Because all you can think about is getting out and doing this or that or the other, you know. But it's never what you used to do, whether it's running the beer joints at night or drinking. And I'm not going to say I'll never have another drink. I mean, of course, but I can't see myself picking up smoking. I definitely can't see doing drugs. And being faithful to one person is even a big thing for me now. I've lost contact with my children. I've lost one, has died since I've been here. You know, my dad's died since I've been here. My nephew's died since I've been here. I would like to reconnect with my family.